I'm creating a new world because there has been an update for logistics. So what I'll do is I'll start us off on North Harbour, and then for mods, I've started packaging all my mods. All of these are my mods, and they're all in Terrasource mods, I think. There might be a couple that aren't, but they're not really working yet. And then for workshop, I think this Better Roads is actually screwing with the map. So we're just going to get the wheels, the monitors, sails, and not this Toge mod. All the highways and stuff I think are also ruining the map. So not any map mods. So first, I'll come and check what's over here because I want to do some logistics. Ooh. That's a pretty good spawn to have the windmills right there. But yeah, there's some new locations. I haven't seen these and I don't know when they were added, like Green Farm. I think there's a sawmill somewhere over here. Anyway, some of the containers we've got here, these are, I know C4V and Captain Potato Face. So these are the Captain Potato Faces. I don't know who this is. This might be one of C4V's. He did the trailers, and I've supplied one container which isn't here, and I don't know why, but they're all spawning slightly off, and it's probably like some way that the add-on's set up. So yeah, I'm looking for a trailer though. So that's going to Dean Hall for 10k. That's pretty good. I don't know what the 1.31 is. I think Cav's been formatting it differently. Everyone gets nicknames, you know. Oh, okay, 2 trailers to Dean Hall, and I don't know, he's got like this weird flappy thing. I don't know what he's up to with this. What? How has he even got that doing that? If I could connect to this, then I could put a dolly on that. I could take them both at the same time. Dean Hall's not really that far away, you know? I can just drive down this road, over the bridge, and I'm there. And that's 10k. We'll give it a go. So the truck will be, I've just called it the stubby truck. I moved the logic up here. I'm just going to leave it there for now. This is very nice. This is the crane, or a newer version of the crane that's on the back of the TGX, that truck that I never really finished. So engine on. But it works, it auto closes. I didn't want to put any automatic resets on it. I think you're just going to have to manually close that and just, you know, just figure it out. But this truck is coming along. I tried making a white noise buzzer before, but it wasn't working. So we've just got a horn at the moment. A reversing horn. I also have a light here that flashes. Make sure I know that I'm in reverse. And I opted for spotlights as my white reversing light so that I can have a longer brake light. And then it also gives me actual visibility when I'm reversing, if I'm reversing at night. I think I need to move my connector back one as well. I had it on the limit of what Subtat spec was, and it wasn't playing nice. So I moved it back one. But then I picked up a trailer earlier and it was really close to hitting the crane, so I think I'm just going to move it back one again. So in my cab, I had a 1x3 monitor in here, which I was going to put all the sort of a digital tachometer and speed and stuff on it, but I needed space for some gauges and instruments and light switches. I didn't really want to put them all up here. I want this top row to be sort of a manual backup for things like the RPS, engine temperature. Stuff that you need but don't really need. And I had done all this crazy wedging stuff to sort of hide this. There's a gap on the back of this that you can't really see, but it meant that I couldn't use these instruments if I had a wedge up behind there. So no wedge, but I get my instruments. My headlights are connected, and then I've got a switch up here for fog lights, which is those bottom spotlights, and they're a yellow tint. And then marker lights. So I basically took my SubTap controller and I updated it a little bit because it was kind of, it worked a bit weird, but it's better than remaking the whole thing, just changing some channels and things around. I want to try and hide this pivot. I think I can. I just have to make one side invisible and then stretch a block over it. I might not actually be able to do it because I wanted to have this one single display either as like a map, or I had looked into using SubTap Plus, but it's not that well thought out, so I don't even want to commit to goofing around with it to try and make it work. I would rather just not deal with it. Oh, what was that? I hope that wasn't me. Please be the trailer. Okay. I guess it just goes here. Oh, I mean, it was the trailer. Why is his light blinking? Does it blink in time with the buzzer? No, it's just broken, eh? Yeah, okay, cool. It might be possible that trailers can spawn over here as well. I'll just have a look at some of these containers and see where they go to. Olsen Bay, JSI, Khan Industries. Some of them they're all... he's done something weird with the value because they're all basically the same, even though some of them are going to very difficult locations and some of them are going pretty easy ones. While I'm out of the truck though, I'll have a quick look around and show you what I was doing. This is basically what I've been working on all week. I wanted to get a fuel tank in the side of this, but I ended up not liking how it looked, and I wanted to go for just a sort of flat paneling. So it's got these little steps in here, these little steps, so that you can step up onto the back, but I've got handles so you can actually use it. I've put like diamond plating. I might extend this black bit up to here. It's dark grey bit. Yeah, diamond plating, panels all over the back here so you can walk around. Rope for the crane, hose for the fuel tank. The exhaust pipe is a rocket, and the actual pipe is up the top here, and it's just the fuel, the actual exhaust pipe piece, but it's got a stretched barrel over it, or a stretched rocket over it, so you can only see that little tip. Got little orange markers, a little panel. I went for microcontroller mirrors, and I might put the displays on there, the flat ones, but I don't know, cameras and displays and mirrors and stuff in Stormworks kind of useless. I'd rather just go into third person. This is the new Scania grill. I was looking at pictures of AI generated trucks and kind of copied them. I really like how this turned out. Maybe the coloring could be a bit different, so I've kept this dark grey on the face here, but maybe it could change to this lighter grey. It's because this, I think this in here is the darker grey. And Scania's had this thing where it's like this little lip that comes over the front, or their badge to go on. So I kind of did that. Got a handle in here. It's one of the Thales ones, so it's not connected to anything. Very, very useful handle. And then this switch here opens the hood. And here's my engine. So I've gone with a single cylinder 3X engine. Just jammed it all in here. Because I wanted to use the modular engine belt drive components. I wanted to use this fluid pump. And there's an impeller on the back there, so the loop just goes around the top here. So this means that when it's idling, this is moving coolant, and then when we're driving, the impeller is moving more coolant. And I've got a battery here. This is a mod that I made, electrical cable anchor, but it's just the electrical cable bit. So it doesn't have any of the off-on signals or the composite signals or anything like that. It works as an electrical connection and a cable connection. Same on this side. I've got a modified fuel tank as well. So I've got a fuel gauge here, and you can see that my anchor is not in the middle where it should be. So what I've done, I've moved the hole across one block on this side, and then I've gone to photo mode. On the bottom, there's no hole. Instead, It's over here on the side. And then this is a gas relief system. But so this lets me feed my fuel in on the small side and then use the Thales hose anchor that has no block connected directly on top of the tank. And so I have this nice flat surface that still reveals a tank. So you can look at it and go, oh yeah, that's a fuel tank. It can still be refueled and everything from here, and you can check the fuel from this spot. But yeah, it gives it a really clean, very clean appearance, and you can sort of, you know, you can use the whole walking space on the back of the deck here. And so for the crane still needs some work because there's a hard point in this piece here, and that what locks it in place when you're moving around. So you have to press space to release it, which is kind of annoying. And then it's using WASD and all the arrow keys. And then I'll have to assign probably 1 and 2 to use the winch on the end. And I'm not really sure what this crane would actually be able to carry. I was considering putting little outriggers on this, but I don't know if I really want to. It looks very clean without them, so maybe I could as some kind of attachment thing somewhere. I want to have the same cab with a slightly shorter rear on it, maybe only 2 wheels, and bring them right up to the front here. But I'll probably only make 2 versions of this cab and try not to saturate the truck market too much there. Door handle, oh yeah, if the doors are open then the lights go on, I think that's how I set it up. Still trying to figure this out because I want this light to stay on very dimly when the player is in the cab. Otherwise it's really hard to see where all the buttons are. But yeah, it's working. I still need to figure out my gearboxes. It's just on 1 gearbox, as in there's only 1 final gear at the moment. I don't even know what it is. It's probably like 29-1 or something. I was thinking that because this truck is very red and kind of rusty looking, maybe I should paint it and decorate it to be an old wrecker kind of truck. An old rusty, beat up truck. And then do one, like a newer version that's all nice and shiny and clean. But yeah, it goes very, very fast. And it doesn't need to go this fast. It'd be better to turn a lot of that power into torque so that I could pull heavier trailers. Just gonna go to Hulk Town and see if there is any container delivery or trailer deliveries here. I don't know if there is. I kind of don't think there would be. Looks like there might be some containers down there. I want to sleep as well. Kind of a weird place to have them, but if you're transporting stuff by boat, maybe up the river, maybe it makes sense. Pretty sure there's no bed in here, but I'll just check for crates. It's got a party hat. I could go over to here. I might be able to off-road my way to the green farm. If I go down the road, maybe I'll do that. I'm very glad that I went with the extra ground clearance for this truck. Yeah, this is real interesting. This is just a totally new model. Having more locations is always good. So I guess it's named after someone. I don't know, I haven't played too much in the last couple months, so I don't really know if there's been new players pop up who have been high on the workshop and got noticed, or if it's from an old list. There's this South, I wish this just said South Harbour on it. Komodo, yeah, so all of these prices are just like the same. There's no point in taking the real long ones. Take this one back to Dean Hall. 39, I think it's 39 minutes. 0:39. Harrison Forestry and Dean Hall, yeah, they all kind of want to go back to Dean Hall. I want to follow this road, see where it goes. It should go back to North Harbour. This is all the same from before, isn't it? Well, it's a bit of a shame that all the prices are about the same. I think I need to adjust the steering sensitivity on this. If I had a dolly... Oh, if I turn too hard, they tip over. This says Green Farms on it. I always want to get out that door. It's real annoying. Harrison Forestry. That's way over here. I reckon I can make a dolly work. I just don't want to accidentally return the truck. Oh yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. This trailer is bonking the crane, and it shouldn't be. But I can't measure it because there's nothing on the bottom to measure it with. But okay, I'll get a dolly. I think that's far enough away that I can spawn a dolly and not have to worry about it. Oh. Turn. If you're ever looking at the numbering for the HCLI trailers and you're like, why is there no 14 or 13 or something? It's because it's probably a dolly, and the dollies are very unstable. So I just don't upload them because they just don't seem that reliable. Better not go too fast into it. Okay. So now I need to figure out how I'm going to position that. Do you reckon he's even set that up as a pass-through? Okay, I need to pick this up, drag it to this one. Drag. No, it's rolling backwards. Yes, connect. Okay, so we've got to go to Dean Hall first. Please work. Okay. That's quite a low trailer, isn't it? So Dean Hall first, which is the first trailer I've got. And then carry on, when I come out, turn left and carry on over the road. This is nice. I think this is a really good update from the devs. My old Geometa. Try not to go too fast because it does get quite wobbly. The fact that this has worked so far is actually quite amazing. I would have never thought that a dolly would work. You can see it's kind of not working. It's kind of jittering. It's because it's so light. There's that beam on the front, the drawbar, and that's just incredibly light for a subgrid between two trailers, which are quite heavy. And then just the two wheels on their own is very light as well. I brought both trailers up here because I thought if this was a trailer spawning area, there could have been a trailer that I could have picked up as another one. Oof. I think that's my dolly getting stuck because it's got the real low mud flaps. Another 10k, so I think that's the cooling one, right? Yeah, Dean Hall. Package delivered. So, ditch that trailer. And then I'll just drive it like that with the dolly. Man, the snow and the wind really messes with my perception. Oh no. Come on, it's the legs. The legs are stuck. No. What hit? I don't see any damage on my truck. Ooh. Yeah, definitely get rid of the mud flaps on those dollies. Oh yeah, so the battery on this is a small battery. And it's working okay, but what I've done is put on one of Thale's alternators. He's got like a 5X alternator. Because the vanilla alternator didn't seem to be charging when I was idling, and I did not want to risk running out of electricity. So I figured I've got so many other mods on this, I might as well just chuck that on. Is that it? Harrison Forestry. I'm pretty sure that's where it was going. So I need to... Doesn't look like there's a road. Just hang a left. And it's real hard to see if there are any hills or bumps. Everything's just white. I'm on a real tight budget for this game. Can't afford textures or colors. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, my advice, if you're building a dolly, don't give it mud flats. It's further in. I don't know if there's a road to it though. Maybe this is the road. Oh wait, here's a road. Is this a road? It could be a road, and because of the snow textures, it's just been covered up. $10,000. So what have we got? Kobold, that's in the desert. Ooh, C4V Ranch. They must have named a whole bunch of things after people. If it's a ranch, do I assume that it's on Sawyer, because why would you have a ranch in the desert? Or it could be a ranch in the desert. Anyway, here's a present. No, no, no. Autosave. Please autosave. Save me. No, where is this? Ah! Some things I did with this truck as well, you might notice I'm driving it pretty aggressively. All the bottom part of the sides is a separate subgrid. The whole silver front bumper is a separate subgrid. This thing under here, this 1x4 wedge on both sides, that is connected to the subgrid that is the bumper. And that is there, so it's protecting the bottom of the wheel hub, I guess. I don't know, is this a hub? Bottom of where the wheel connects. So if it does bottom out, it's going to hit this subgrid, which is this sliding track, I think. Oh yeah, and there's my one catalytic converter that I'm going to have to remove because I want smoke particles. So yeah, there's a lot of space under here for all my logic to go in though. They could have called this fishing village Southport, so then you would have had North Harbour and Southport. Doesn't look like there's any trailers around here. Huh, so there's actually no road to get to O'Neill. You have to go all the way back around the wind farm if you want to follow the road. Trailers. This is quite enjoyable. This is like playing Euro Truck Simulator, except I got to build my own truck. So Arnold Quarry is on Donk. Drive, what? Cargo driving. Arnold Quarry. What? Why are they all going the same place? I'm not going over there. If I had a train, I could come and load all three of those onto the train and drive over to Donk. So my plan is finish that truck, finish that trailer, recreate the crab boat, and kind of keep preparing this beginning phase of what Carrera is for. So a cheap crab boat that's 20k, a truck to get you going, and a trailer to pick up containers. But now, like, I started building that container delivery. You still need it, I guess. I started building it before I knew about the trailer update. So having a small truck that can just collect trailers is probably a very good money-making option in the beginning. Yeah, lots going on. There is a lot going on behind the scenes at the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.